Once upon a time, in a colorful garden where the flowers danced and the breeze sang lullabies, there lived a sweet little girl named Lily. Lily loved to explore the garden, chasing butterflies and giggling with joy. One sunny afternoon, as Lily played among the flowers, she spotted the most magnificent butterfly she had ever seen. Its wings shimmered with every color of the rainbow, and it fluttered gracefully from flower to flower. "Hello, beautiful butterfly," Lily exclaimed, her eyes shining with wonder. The butterfly landed gently on Lily's outstretched finger and whispered, "Hello, dear friend. My name is Rainbow, and I'm here to share a special message with you." Lily listened intently as Rainbow told her about the magic of kindness. Rainbow explained that just like the colorful flowers in the garden, each act of kindness added beauty and brightness to the world. Excited to spread kindness, Lily skipped through the garden, helping the flowers grow by watering them and singing sweet songs to them. She shared her snacks with the birds and smiled at the bees buzzing by. As the sun began to set, Rainbow fluttered back to Lily, a warm glow emanating from her wings. "Thank you, dear Lily," Rainbow said, "for sharing your kindness with the world. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can create a rainbow of happiness." With a grateful heart, Lily waved goodbye to Rainbow as she soared into the evening sky. Snuggled in her cozy bed, Lily drifted off to sleep, dreaming of a world filled with kindness and the beauty of butterflies. And so, in the Garden of Dreams, Lily learned that kindness is the truest magic of all, and she vowed to spread its joy wherever she went.
Once upon a time, in a cozy garden nestled between two tall oak trees, there lived a tiny snail named Sammy. Sammy wasn't like any other snail in the garden. He was special because he had a magical shell that sparkled in every color of the rainbow. Every morning, Sammy would wake up to the soft chirping of birds and the gentle rustle of leaves. He would stretch his tiny antennae, wiggle his little snail body, and slide out of his snug shell. Sammy loved to explore the garden, admiring the colorful flowers and chatting with his insect friends. One sunny morning, while Sammy was gliding across a bed of daisies, he heard a faint cry for help. "Help! Help!" it echoed. Curious, Sammy followed the sound until he reached the edge of a small pond. There, he saw a family of ladybugs in distress. "Oh dear, our little one Lily has fallen into the water and can't swim," one of the ladybugs exclaimed, her spots trembling with worry. Without hesitation, Sammy knew he had to help. With a determined glint in his eye, he slithered closer to the pond. With a gentle nudge from his magical shell, Sammy scooped up Lily and placed her safely on a lily pad. "Thank you, Sammy. You're our hero," the ladybugs cheered, their tiny wings fluttering with joy. From that day on, Sammy became known as Sammy the Super Snail in the garden. Whenever someone needed help, they knew they could count on him. And Sammy, with his rainbow shell gleaming in the sunlight, was always ready to lend a helping slime. And so, in the enchanting garden beneath the oak trees, Sammy continued to spread kindness and joy, proving that even the smallest creatures can make the biggest difference in the world.
Once upon a time, in a lush, green forest, there lived a group of adorable animals. Among them were Benny the bunny, Millie the mouse, Sammy the squirrel, and Tilly the turtle. They were the best of friends, and every day they played together under the warm sun. One sunny morning, as they were playing hide-and-seek, they stumbled upon a mysterious path hidden behind a veil of shimmering leaves. Curious and excited, they decided to follow it, giggling and hopping along the way. Little did they know, this path would lead them to a magical meadow filled with twinkling flowers and sparkling streams. In the heart of the meadow stood a quaint little cottage made of candy cane and gingerbread, with a roof adorned with frosting and gumdrops. It was the home of the kindest fairy in the entire forest, Fairy Felicity. Fairy Felicity welcomed the animals with open arms, her wings shimmering in the sunlight. She had heard of their adventures and wanted to reward them with a special treat. With a wave of her wand, she conjured up the most delicious feast they had ever seen, plates piled high with cupcakes, cookies, and berries sweeter than honey. As they feasted, Fairy Felicity shared tales of her own adventures, from soaring through the clouds to dancing with fireflies under the moonlit sky. The animals listened in awe, their eyes wide with wonder. After the feast, Fairy Felicity gifted each of them a tiny charm, a token of her friendship and the magic of the meadow. Benny received a golden carrot charm, Millie a silver cheese charm, Sammy an acorn charm, and Tilly a shimmering shell charm. With hearts full of joy and bellies full of treats, the animals bid farewell to Fairy Felicity and the magical meadow. As they skipped back home through the forest, they knew that no matter where their adventures took them, they would always carry a little bit of magic in their hearts. And so, with laughter echoing through the trees, they continued to play and explore, knowing that the greatest adventures are often found in the simplest of moments, shared with the dearest of friends.
Once upon a time, in the little village, there lived a little girl named Emma. Emma was a curious and adventurous child who loved exploring the wonders of nature. One sunny morning, while wandering through the forest, she stumbled upon a tiny glowing creature with delicate wings, a fairy. The fairy's name was Aurora, and she was the guardian of the forest. With shimmering wings that sparkled like the stars, Aurora had the magical ability to make flowers bloom and animals dance with joy. Excited to meet a real-life fairy, Emma approached Aurora with a wide grin. "Hello there," she exclaimed, her eyes twinkling with wonder. Aurora smiled warmly at Emma. "Greetings, young one," she chimed, her voice as melodic as wind chimes. "What brings you to my forest today?" Emma's eyes widened in amazement. "I love exploring the forest and discovering its secrets," she replied. "But I never imagined I'd meet a fairy like you." Aurora chuckled softly. "Well, you're in luck, dear Emma. Today, I shall grant you a special adventure." With a wave of her tiny hand, Aurora cast a spell, and suddenly, the forest around them seemed to come alive with magic. Trees whispered secrets, flowers sang enchanting melodies, and the air shimmered with a golden glow. Emma's heart danced with delight as she followed Aurora deeper into the forest. They wove through thickets and meadows, their laughter filling the air like sweet music. As they journeyed on, Aurora shared tales of ancient legends and mystical creatures that dwelled within the forest. Emma listened intently, her imagination soaring with each new story. But their adventure took an unexpected turn when they stumbled upon a group of mischievous goblins causing trouble in the forest. With their wicked antics, the goblins were threatening to disrupt the delicate balance of nature. Determined to protect her beloved forest, Aurora called upon her magical powers. With a flick of her wand, she sent the goblins scurrying away, their mischief thwarted. Emma gazed at Aurora in awe. "You're so brave and kind," she exclaimed. "Thank you for showing me the true magic of the forest." Aurora smiled, her eyes sparkling with pride. "It was my pleasure, dear Emma. Remember, magic lies not just in spells and enchantments but also in the beauty of nature and the goodness within our hearts." With a final wave goodbye, Aurora bid farewell to Emma, promising to watch over her always. And as Emma returned home, she carried with her memories of a magical adventure that would stay in her heart forever. From that day on, whenever Emma ventured into the forest, she knew she was never truly alone. For in the whisper of the wind and the dance of the leaves, she could feel the presence of her dear friend, Aurora the fairy, guiding her every step of the way.
Once upon a sunny morning, a little boy named Timmy woke up with a big smile on his face. He knew today was going to be a special day because it was Daddy Day. Timmy's dad, Mr. Johnson, had promised to spend the whole day with him, and they had lots of exciting adventures planned. Timmy jumped out of bed and rushed to wake up his dad. "Daddy, wake up! It's Daddy Day," he exclaimed, bouncing on the bed. Mr. Johnson opened his eyes with a yawn and a smile. "Good morning, Timmy. I'm ready for our big adventure. What shall we do first?" Timmy thought for a moment, then grinned mischievously. "Let's go on a treasure hunt, Daddy." Mr. Johnson laughed. "A treasure hunt? That sounds like a fantastic idea. But first, we need to have a yummy breakfast to give us energy." Together, they went to the kitchen and made pancakes in the shape of funny animals. Timmy spread strawberry jam on his pancakes, making them look like silly faces, while his dad poured maple syrup on his. With their tummies full and their hearts happy, they set off on their treasure hunt. Timmy led the way, holding a homemade treasure map he had drawn himself. They searched high and low, behind bushes and under rocks, until finally, they discovered a shiny treasure chest hidden beneath a big oak tree. Timmy's eyes sparkled with excitement as he opened the chest. Inside, they found all sorts of treasures, shiny rocks, colorful marbles, and even a small toy pirate ship. They both cheered with delight and hugged each other tightly. After the treasure hunt, they decided to have a picnic in the park. They spread out a checkered blanket and enjoyed sandwiches, fruits, and juice together. Timmy pretended they were explorers in a far-off land, and his dad played along, making up stories about their adventures. As the day went on, they played games, flew kites, and even had a friendly race around the playground. Timmy laughed and giggled, feeling so lucky to have such a fun and loving dad. As the sun began to set, they walked hand in hand back home, tired but happy. Timmy snuggled up to his dad and whispered, "Thank you for the best daddy day ever, Daddy." Mr. Johnson smiled down at his son. "You're welcome, Timmy. But every day with you is special, whether it's Daddy Day or not. I love you." And with that, they walked into the sunset, ready for many more adventures together.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a brave little prince named Peter and a kind-hearted princess named Eva. They were the best of friends, always playing and exploring together in the royal gardens. One sunny morning, while chasing butterflies in the garden, Peter and Eva stumbled upon a magical cave hidden behind a waterfall. Excited by their discovery, they decided to explore the cave hand in hand. Inside, they found glittering crystals that sparkled like stars and a friendly dragon named Puff, who guarded the cave. Puff had been feeling lonely, and when he saw Peter and Eva, his heart soared with joy. From that day on, they became the best of friends, going on adventures and sharing stories late into the night. But one day, a dark cloud appeared over the kingdom, casting a shadow of sadness over the land. The wicked sorceress had put a spell on the kingdom, stealing all the colors from the world. Determined to save their kingdom, Peter, Eva, and Puff set out on a quest to find the magical rainbow crystals that could break the sorceress's spell. With the help of their family and friends, they journeyed through enchanted forests, crossed treacherous rivers, and climbed towering mountains. Along the way, they met a wise old owl, a mischievous fairy, and a brave knight who joined them on their quest. Together, they faced many challenges, but with their courage and friendship, they overcame every obstacle. Finally, after many adventures, they reached the top of the highest mountain, where the rainbow crystals were hidden. With a wave of their hands and a sprinkle of fairy dust, Peter, Lily, Puff, and their friends unleashed the power of the crystals, and a brilliant rainbow stretched across the sky, filling the world with color once again. The sorceress's spell was broken, and the kingdom was bathed in the warm glow of happiness. The people danced and sang with joy, grateful to Peter, Eva, and their friends for saving their home. And so, the brave little prince, the kind-hearted princess, their family, and friends lived happily ever after, their bond stronger than ever as they continued to explore the wonders of their magical kingdom.
Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage nestled in the heart of a lush green forest, lived a loving mother named Bella and her curious daughter named Sophia. Bella had hair as soft as silk and eyes that sparkled like stars in the night sky, while Sophia had a smile that could brighten even the darkest of days. One sunny morning, as Bella was tending to her garden and Sophia was playing with her toys, they heard a faint tinkling sound coming from the forest. Sophia's eyes widened with excitement, and she tugged on her mother's hand, urging her to come and explore. Bella chuckled at her daughter's enthusiasm and agreed to venture into the forest together. Holding hands, they stepped into the cool shade of the trees, following the sound of the tinkling bells. As they walked deeper into the forest, they discovered a hidden glade bathed in golden light, where a majestic unicorn stood, its coat shimmering in the sunlight. Sophia's eyes widened with wonder, and she gasped in delight. "Mommy, look! It's a unicorn!" Bella smiled at her daughter's excitement and approached the unicorn cautiously. The unicorn nuzzled Sophia's hand, its eyes full of kindness and magic. Bella and Sophia were enchanted by the gentle creature's presence. The unicorn dipped its head and beckoned them to climb onto its back. With a sense of excitement bubbling in their hearts, Bella and Sophia climbed aboard, holding onto its silky mane as it began to trot through the forest. They journeyed through enchanted woods, where trees whispered secrets and flowers sang songs of joy. They crossed crystal-clear streams and meadows filled with rainbow-colored butterflies. Everywhere they went, they felt the magic of the forest enveloping them like a warm embrace. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the treetops, the unicorn brought them back to the glade where they had first met. Bella and Sophia dismounted, their hearts full of gratitude for the magical adventure they had shared. The unicorn bowed its head in farewell before disappearing into the depths of the forest, leaving Bella and Sophia standing in awe. Hand in hand, they made their way back home, their hearts overflowing with love and wonder. That night, as they snuggled under the covers, Bella tucked Sophia into bed and whispered, "Remember, my dear Sophia, no matter where life takes us, we'll always have the magic of this day in our hearts." With a contented sigh, Sophia closed her eyes, drifting off to sleep with visions of unicorns dancing in her dreams, knowing that she and her mother shared a bond that was as timeless and magical as the forest itself.